Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you without a hat. I wasn't even sure if you had hair, to be honest
You know
with you.
what?
But I think I saw a pitch. I saw your wedding picture on Instagram, and I was like, oh, he does have hair.
Until I bought these hats, I never wore hats because I never looked good in them. My wife got me a hat 2 years ago for Christmas that I loved. So I found the same company and had to make hats for my business. And that was the only hat
The
I ever
trucker
looked good
caps.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the only baseball caps I can wear too, are the trucker
Yeah.
caps. Talk to me about your most favorite thing you've ever done, project wise, work wise,
Project wise. Um,
that you've already accomplished.
yeah,
We're going to get to what you want to accomplish, but let's start with what you've already done. What's the thing you're most proud of, the one you love the most?
that's a tough question. I did a job for a lady when I started off on my own, but we did a kitchen for her and it was like a farmhouse style. And I don't know if it's definitely one of my nicer kitchens and I'm really proud of it because of how well it turned out. But the whole time we were doing it, we were mixing colors and woods and door styles and finishes. And I would say 70% of the whole project, I kept thinking to myself, this is going to look mishmashed. It's going to look gross. It's not going to work. I'm not going to be a fan of this. And then we finally settled on a compromise between the two of us where I kind of dialed her back a bit on some things. And then she pushed me on some other things. And then when we finished it, I could step back and just say, wow, like this is a show-stopping piece when you walk into this house. It's a big, like a whole wall of slab blue cabinets, and then another wall of cabinets that she had in her kitchen before that we painted blue and sanded through and put walnut everywhere. And it was really cool how everything worked together. And that was fun because
Nice.
she found, I'm trying to think of the guy's name. It's a chef that, I wish I'd remembered this, but it's a chef that has a TV show and her husband really likes his kitchen. So I found a YouTube video where he actually walks through his whole kitchen and explains every part of it.
Wow.
So I brought it to their house and we played the video and I made them tell me to pause every time they liked something. And we would jot it down and then we would talk about where we would put that thing. So it was really personal what we made. And it's a lot more fun than just, sometimes when you go somewhere and it's just like, well, I'll just fill the place with cabinets. We don't want any bells and whistles. We just want a kitchen. And it's a lot more fun when people are really invested in it and it means something to them. And they want everything to be in the right spot at the right time. And when they're cooking, they want to be able to reach this or reach that. And it's a lot more fun for me. What about you though? Just asking right back, best job you've ever done or most fun you've ever had at a project?
Okay. Mine is, honestly, it's this fetish basement that we did. Like I know, like this, I've got it at the top of my head. It was my white whale. It was the one thing, the one crazy ass thing I've always wanted to do. I am not from the fetish world. I'm very vanilla. I'm very boring. I'm very just missionary style. I'm just a normal person, but I'm fascinated by that. And I love to learn things. And we met a couple who liked to entertain, but and have parties and have people over, but when they weren't in entertainment mode or fetish mode, the place had to look normal. It had to look like, hey, if my mother comes over, it's all good. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So it was very very Quagmire from Family Guy, where you almost we tried to figure this out. Push a button, clap your hands. So there was a big media unit that was went right up the wall and along the ceiling, all the way down on this crazy ass stone foundation wall, slid open, and that was a TV and it closed. But there was these speaker covers in the ceiling part of it. You would pop the covers off and inside were actually rings that were secured to the beams, and you hung your sling on those rings.
Love it.
Over to here, there was this we just called like a ladder style metal bar sort of structure that we had these wooden boards created that had a hole right at crotch height. You put them on, they velcroed to the ladder bars and turned into a glory hole for their party. We had the coffee table turned into what was just called a kneeling bench. Again, I'm not part of this world, but a
Sure.
kneeling bench is basically to kneel on and have sex and do all the stuff. So
Yep.
it was
It's the right
it
height,
was
whatever.
upholstered in vinyl.
Yeah.
Right height, upholstered in vinyl for easy wiping. We had a banquette in the back area that built-in seating that was up against the wall, but it would fold in the middle and snap together like that and became a sex horse.
Yeah.
So it was like shaped like that. So somebody would lean over and, you know,
Man, that does sound like a fun build though. Like that would be,
dude,
that's something for the website. That's for sure.
oh, it's up there. But that was like my holy crap. I can't believe that I was able to come up with that stuff and to actually the biggest part for me, and I think it's for you too, is, and we both do this 3D rendering
Yes.
of our thoughts in our head. So for me, when I do that, think of something in my head, I spit it out into this 3D renderer and it looks really awesome. Convince the people in front of me to do that. And then when it happens and it looks exactly like that 3D rendering, isn't that crazy?
I love
it's
that.
Insane. It's surreal. I can't even explain the feeling of looking at the computer and just looking over there and going, holy crap. Like
Sometimes
it just came out of here and there it is.
Sometimes I'll take a picture on site. And then when I go back afterwards, I can pull up my 3D rendering and just kind of move the camera in such a way that I could catch exactly where I was standing. And you get that same snapshot. You're like, if you could almost can't tell them apart. And that's
like I got goosebumps, honestly, just talking about that. That's amazing.
Who the fuck is that?